Let's get ready to rumble!
Benzinga Nation, jam-packed show today. Peloton up 5%.
What's up, disciplined investor?
We got Benzinga CEO Jason Raznick here with us.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Nash.
Peter Schiff on the Power Hour with us live today.
Interesting, different, unique, innovative companies.
Nia, you are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Jessica Billingsley, that is the CEO of Akerna.
The best trade idea resource out there. There we go. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. What is going on, traders? You are at the Power Hour. This is the time of trade ideas. That's what we're here for. That's what we're delivering on, guys. For these next 60 minutes, we are going to get the idea flow flying. Tickers on my radar. Last week, we made live options trades in both Tesla and Ford. We're going to do a quick check-in on those, look at how our P&Ls are sitting, how we're managing the trades. Carparts.com, it's a stock that we own. Stock got hammered with some insider selling. We brought the company's COO onto the show last week to talk about some of that insider activity. So we're going to do a check-in on carparts.com, how that one's looking, how we want to manage the position that we have. Celsius, that is the third ticker on my list, and I'm going to throw it out there to Zinger Nation. Guys, if you have stocks for us to talk about, put them in the chat. Let's get it going. There's no better day of the week. So drop your tickers in there. And then at 12:30 Eastern, guys, we're going to be bringing the CEO of Playboy on with us. That's ticker PLBY, Papa Lima Bravo Yankee. Super interesting business. Y'all know it as the magazine company. That's not how they make money anymore. It is a public company. So we're going to be talking to them about their business. I mean, the company is expected to grow revenue by more than a third this year. So we're going to talk about some of that growth strategy, new segments they've gotten into. Playboy has mentioned NFTs before, cannabis, gambling, hot sectors. So we're going to be asking about all of those. So, all right, guys, there it is. Let's get after it. First things first, I'm going to get my screen share going here. All righty now. All right, there it is. Screen is up. Look at that, the ticker that I already had up, Wish. If anybody wants us to talk about Wish, we can talk about Wish as well. But all right, let's kick it off with some of these options trades. We made two options trades live on the show last week. First one we did was in Ford. Ford, guys, we own the stock. What we did against the stock, check this out. This is a 3-month chart. I'll zoom it in. Here's a 1-month chart that we're looking at right now with what are these 30-minute candles? Yeah, 30-minute candles. Last week we'd seen Ford come off of its highs back into the $15 range. We still like the stock. So what we did is we sold calls against the stock that we own. Okay. So we own stock. We sold calls against that. What happens when we sell calls against the stock we own? Two things. One, we get cash credited to our account right away as soon as we sell those calls. Two, because we're getting paid, we're taking on some sort of risk. What risk are we taking on? We sold the 16 strike calls. So the risk is that we may have to sell our shares of Ford for $16 at some point in the future. So, all right, let's click into the brokerage account. Let's make it more tangible. All righty, here we go. All right, here's the one that we're talking about. We have 3 open forward positions. We have the stock position open. We have the long calls open, and then we have the calls that we sold. These are calls that we are short. We sold these last week. This column right here, if you can see where my mouse is, that is the unrealized profit column. You'll see we're up 64% on the trade. Let's walk through the mechanics again. When we sold the calls, we got $12 per contract. Ford is not looking like it's going to get above $16 between now and 2 days from now, this upcoming Friday. So I'm feeling pretty damn good about this trade. Once we get to tomorrow, I'm going to expect the unrealized profit from this trade to be somewhere in like that 80+% range, unless Ford makes some sort of crazy pre-market or after hours run today, at which point we'll go ahead and close the trade. And again, the mechanism that we used here is we sold these $16 strike calls against the stock that we owned. We collected $12 per contract right away. The risk we took on is that we may have to sell our forward shares for $16, a price that the stock was a higher price than the stock was trading at when we made the trade. So we are okay taking that risk on. One of the two options traders for us. Smash that like button. Share that stream. Yeah, I see Brian Blockchain. Give Weak Stock Luke a thumbs up. There we go. Now let's go ahead and let's look at this Tesla position, ticker TSLA. This is a trade that we made either last Thursday or Friday. Boom. Massive movement in Tesla today. If you are a Tesla shareholder, give yourself a round of applause. All right, you got a nice little 4.5% Tesla run. Basically, let's zoom it out and talk about the thesis a little bit. So this is now a 1-year chart, daily candles that we're looking at. What we did is we sold the 550 strike puts against Tesla. Okay, let's say that again. 550 strike puts we sold against Tesla. What does that do when we're selling puts? You buy puts, it's you're betting against the stock. You sell puts, it makes you long the stock. Okay, that 550 strike, basically what that means is when we sold the options, we got money credited to our account right away that day. The risk that we were taking on is that we might have to buy shares of Tesla for $550 sometime within the next 2 weeks. Okay, so as long as Tesla's above 550, we keep all the premium that we got from selling the calls. If Tesla were to drop to $400, we would be in some trouble because we have to buy the stock for 550. How do we get to that 550 strike? Check it out. We saw a couple days of buying right here at 550, and so that's why we went ahead and selected that level. So I'm going to click us back to the live brokerage account here. All right, come on now. Where's our T's? All right, T's, Tesla. All right, so here's the Tesla trade. We had the unrealized profit column here is this third one in that 34% that we see. Okay. So when we sold the calls last Friday, we got $5.39 per share, so $539 per contract. Now the contracts are trading for $3.40 on the heels of Tesla having a strong day today. But within the next week or so, as long as Tesla stays at or above $600, we should be moving closer to that 60 plus, 70 plus % profit or unrealized gain on the trade. Once we get into that 70 plus % range of unrealized gain, I'm going to go ahead and close the trade out. But no reason for me today to sell into strength. We're having a nice run on the chart today. So I'm going to let the Tesla trade ride. Again, we can make up to $539 per contract on this. So far we've made about $2 per contract, $200 per contract, $2 per share so far. So that's what we're sitting on. 2 out of 2 options trades we made live on the show last week. We are making some money in. We are up on them. So I am going to let them both ride, and we'll continue to monitor closely. All right. Whew. That was a quick little run. And give me some more stocks in the chat, guys. If you have other tickers that you want us to look at, drop them in the chat. I'm going to just do a quick scroll through. Let's grab some of these that folks have already dropped in. Also, like the stream, share the stream. If you have questions for Playboy, drop those in the chat as well. It's going to be an awesome interview. And again, guys, if you are just joining us, this is the Power Hour. This is the Trade Idea Show. 12:30 Eastern, about 20 minutes from now, we're going to be talking to the Playboy CEO live. We're taking some tickers out of the chat right now. And then other stocks on my list to get to today. Celsius, I want to talk about. Carparts.com. I want to do a follow-up on that after we had some of their executives on our show last week. And so let's get after it, all right? All right. All right, for first one, I see flying through the chat, ticker ORPH. Let's load it up. Okay, this is an interesting chart. Holy crap. All right, look at these candles. Can somebody in the chat tell me if this chart is accurate? Did the stock go from $6 to $80 to $6? I mean, that's sort of a wild price movement. Yeah, what the hell happened here? I don't know how you could have any opinion on this one. I guess we can talk about the news side of things. So per our trusty Benzinga Pro, trading higher, broke through 650 resistance level. I mean, it's been a volatile ass stock. It's a small stock. Again, I think we need to get clarity onto whether or not this crazy green bar right here is actually real. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a candle like that. I mean, these are daily candles, right? I mean, that means one day it was 6, 80, and 6. So that's sort of crazy. All right. So there's that one. Let's keep going down the list in the chat here. Okay, first ticker that I saw pop up was this one. Clove. Let's grab Clove out of the chat. Yeah, and guys, all you that are putting in ORPH, because there's several of you, give us more clarity. I don't understand what the hell's going on there. All right, Clover Health again, 1 year chart, daily candles. Let's zoom it in a little bit to look at the past couple weeks, but we're going to keep the daily candles on at least for now. You know, obviously we had a strong morning in the stock. It's coming down. It's still strong. I don't have any opinions on this one way or another, but let's make this the first thing that we throw out in the community, out in the Zinger Nation, guys. If you like Clover Health, okay, the price is $13.65. You have to pick one way or another. There's no sitting out. This is no, you know, World War II neutral country. We're all participating. If you like the stock, drop me a 1. If not, drop me a 2 if you're sitting on the sidelines. For me personally, I would be on the 2 side of things. I have no reason necessarily to get into this stock. It's definitely had a colorful history. If we zoom back out, it was a really, really hot stock right around its SPAC announcement, SPAC merger. You know, it had the slow trickle of death down into the $6 range. Got some trader love, and now we're sort of hanging out in the middle. You know, I think that the likelihood that we sort of get that slow trickle of death again is similar to the likelihood that we're going to get a major run up in the stock again. And so that's why I am just hanging out on the sidelines with this one. I threw it out to the chat. I said, guys, if you like this stock, drop the 1. If not, drop the 2. We have a lot of 2s in that one. All right, let's keep going down the list. We're just going in order. Whoever had freaky fast fingers, you're the winners. You're the stocks that we're covering. Number 2, the next one out of the chat. Number 3, let's run a total of 5 out of the chat in a row. Graybug Vision, ticker GRAY. I don't know this company, but let's go to our trusty Benzinga Pro here. So Graybug Vision is a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company focused on developing transformative medicine treatment. Okay. So, all right. So it's an eye company. They're working on your eyes, your retina, optic nerve. Those are both eye pieces. Oh God. I mean, it's so tough to have. I want to see if they have revenue. Let's look at that. Because as a rule, that could get me out of this one. Nope. So check this out. I mean, I'm looking at my Benzinga Pro earnings calendar on this stock. As a rule, I don't buy pre-revenue biotech stocks. And here's why. Whenever I'm getting into a stock, I need to have some sort of a thesis or some sort of an edge into it, right? If I'm going to be taking money out of my wallet, be throwing down the credit card and buying a stock, I need to have some sort of advantage as to why I'm actually getting into that position. With these pre-revenue biotech stocks, you need to have an edge as to whether or not the company's treatment is actually going to get FDA approval. If you have no reason that you can say, I think the stock is more or less likely to get the FDA approval, like I don't know how you just sort of blindly follow into these stocks. Jason, what's going on, man? I see you hanging out there. Air horn for you. What's good?
Yeah, what's up? I got FGF up today. Look at it. Pull up FGF. Pull up the news on it. Let's go.
All right. Are we moving fast? We're doing fast stocks?
I need to move fast. Let's FGF. So here we go. So FGF, we had news on it today. Go down.
Going down.
So no news on here, right?
I don't have news on it.
Okay, see, that's, because right today, FG Newer announced a special meeting data proof with Opportunity Financial. So pull up FGNA.
FGNA.
FGNA, yep.
There you go.
Scroll down.
Scrolling. I don't have news on this one either.
Okay. Well, it's New York Stock Exchange. It's the OP5 thing. It's the OP5 loan.
Okay, so this one, this FG
Joe
New America, it's a SPAC. It looks like.
Yep. And it's I'm talking to him right now. We are talking about you live on the show. So FGF owns this part of it, and BTN's part of it. This is Kyle Simonera. And so
FGF, Foxtrot Golf Foxtrot, the first ticker you mentioned,
yes,
that is participating or somehow involved in the SPAC deal with FGNA.
Think about this. Think about I'm gonna pull up our thing. Think about Berkshire Hathaway. They have this BTN and they have this. I don't know why Benzinga doesn't show up. They have BTN and FGF. They're like holding companies. So this is one that is part of this thing. And this one, people were wondering, are SPACs going to be, not working, whatever. This one is working. And if you see the press release that they have this, they committed, you don't have the press release on your screen, but the press release title is FG New America Acquisition Corp announced a special meeting, date approved, business continue, So
what press release wire was that?
Business Wire.
Huh. Okay. All right. So we got to get to the bottom of that one.
Yeah. Why isn't that on our platform?
So I don't know.
I guess.
All right. What else is hot? Give us some other tickers.
What else is hot? Okay. So I'm seeing some Tesla craziness today.
Yeah, baby.
And the thing that's so crazy is, Luke, you called this better than anyone I've ever met, because literally 2 weeks ago, it was doing nothing. And
it was literally, last Friday is when we made a live options trade on the stock on the show, up 35% in the first, 3 days of the trade?
Yeah. So, yeah. And I was like, well, Luke, why are you so confident? Why were you so confident?
In Tesla?
Yeah.
All right. So whenever I'm getting into a stock, I need to have two things. I need to have a thesis. I need to have numbers to back that thesis up. Thesis side of things is that the slow trickle of death that we'd seen in Tesla shares was actually starting to get it like out of like crazy growth stock multiple play, and like putting the multiples of Tesla pretty damn close to in line with the S&P 500 average. Okay, so I was almost looking at it as a value play, and then number two. The level that we were looking at was this $550. If we zoom out to daily candles, it's the last several times that the stock has gotten around to $550. Somebody's been sitting there to buy it up. And that's where I said, all right, it's starting to get cheap from a valuation perspective, so I don't mind owning it. Now is the time, because there's been a buyer around $550. The stock was creeping back down to that. So let's go ahead and hit it.
Yep. So, well, you did it. So I don't even know if there's news on it. Is there news on it today?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Is there news on it today?
There's no news. If we want to look at the chart, check out all these highs that were in the stock around $630. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just like somebody was selling somewhere in the 625, 630 range. Stock opened above that and has been running ever since. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom.
You went out for a sec. Okay. Got it. Okay. So, by the way, how is there only 38 likes? I mean, you guys, maybe we should stop doing the show, Luke. Right?
Maybe.
I mean, 38 likes, it means 100 people don't like us, I don't know. That's 38 likes. That's sick.
Oh, maybe they don't know how to like it, Jason.
We have the CEO of Playboy.
Did you ever think about that?
I don't know. I don't know what to think at this point.
So, guys, on your YouTube, there's a thumb. Unless you're in our top 60 viewers, it's going to be gray. You just press that. It's going to turn it blue, okay?
It's 69 now.
Okay.
No, it's your favorite number. That's why I said it.
It is, yeah.
It's so funny. Like, how we all have favorite numbers. Like, my favorite number is 7 because that's my birthday. And your favorite number is 69. I don't get it. Your birthday's not 69, so it doesn't even make sense to me. But
Yeah.
So Tracy Camillan has 4 people in his office watching with him. Well, go to other accounts and hit the like button, I guess. Okay, but back to Kyle Seminaire. So this FGF BTN, I've been on the parade for a while. It's probably my biggest gaining stocks. It's huge with the OpFi thing moving along. Very, very, it's a very good thing. It's a positive. So what I would say is pay attention to those stocks, put them on your watch list, and I think you'll see some good things from there. And that's my take. The other thing, I know we have Playboy CEO coming on very shortly.
Yep.
So get ready for that. Did Aaron Bree go and post in the different places he's supposed to go post? Let people know.
You know how producer AB is.
I don't know where he is today. Is he here today?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Poppy Mass, Workhorse. We know Workhorse pretty
Producer
well.
AB is here. He's always here.
He is?
Yep.
Okay.
Brushed his hair today and everything.
He brushed his hair? Okay, good. So I'm excited for that. And then, guys, remember, we're not just on YouTube, right? We're syndicated throughout the world. We have the
exactly. We're
the number one provider of
some of the brokerages. Yeah,
we're the number one provider of financial news to North American brokerage space. Interactive Brokers, Robinhood, you guys name it. So anyway, look at that. An Israeli name, Hebrew name, said, "Show me Ben Cohen already." I like that. See, Luke, I can read Hebrew, not fluently.
Wow.
Not fluently, but I can read it. Like, I need vowels though. He doesn't.
You didn't memorize the thing that you had to read?
Well, the Haftorah.
Yeah.
I can tell you I can tell you the first line of my Haftorah. That's all I remember. Kol Amar Adonai Hashem.
The question is, did you read it or did you memorize it? I would definitely have taken the memorization route.
I'm not smart enough to memorize the whole thing. My niece, we just had her bat mitzvah. She memorized her whole thing. I had to look.
It's more impressive to read it, in my opinion. You can actually read it.
I will say one thing. Before I was supposed to go on the Bima to read it, I'm like, I forgot this one word. What am I going to do? How to say it. I remember being so nervous. I will not forget. I won't forget that part. But so that was, one of the things. I do like some of the market ailments, like market things happening today. I think there's some support in some of these stocks that were selling off. You see crypto, Voyager, like I told you guys yesterday, was a buy. Voyager.
You did shout that out yesterday.
Yeah, Voyager's coming back. So I like that. And there's a couple other ones that I guess I should open my account.
Bitcoin, we've seen it so many times. Whenever it gets at 30 or near that 30 level, there's just buying. It's like a V. It's not like it's a slow trickle back up. The thing rockets back up.
You know what else is doing really strong for me today? And I've told you guys I'm owning this forever. I'm never selling it, even though there's no dividend. Generac, GNRC. My original buy point, I'm not lying to you guys, is $137. Why didn't I buy more? I don't know. GNRC, we're at 406 today.
So how far back? So here's a 2-year chart.
I bought it during
a couple years ago.
During COVID, like a year ago. COVID, I bought just 100 shares.
COVID lows.
30, yeah, so 137 to 406. I'm never selling this stock. I'll own this for the rest of my life, I think. TAST is moving. Upwork continues to move. It's crazy. Ford at 1543. Twilio seeing some nice support, up 2%. Bill, that's one of yours. BIL up 3%. API, the one that got killed, I'm still down on it.
Oh, this build chart is interesting. Let's zoom this in really quick. All right, 1-year chart, daily candle, stock is right approaching that 52-week high again. It looks like about 196 on the 52-week high in Bill. And this is some strength. Day after day. this thing hasn't had a down day in 2 weeks.
Okay, and then let me go. Yeah, that's a lot of strength there. And I like Bill. I haven't reduced my position. API is coming back a little bit. It's symbol API. But the one that's been a banger, that's been amazing, again, we bought it at 780 on the power hour, STKS, STK Steakhouse. I think I'm going to take the entire power hour to XTK Steakhouse and rent it out in Vegas. And then lastly, I said 6 and 60 SIX. That is coming back. I know you, Luke, didn't like it because they can't find employees. But they've been able to find employees, I guess. SIX,
if anybody has been to a Six Flags recently, I'm curious. Can you drop in the chat for Zinger Nation what their schedule is? Our local like amusement park, Cedar Point, is not running 7 days a week right now because they're having a hard time staffing it. They're only running 5 days a week. So I'm curious if Six Flags has overcome that.
Yeah.
And also then whether or not that's baked into estimates is the next question once we get that answer.
And I think Josh and Stacy may be going to Cedar Point by themselves. She asked him, like, "Why don't I go to Cedar Point one day?" And he's like, "Yeah." And like, I guess it's easier to go as 2 people versus 3 anyway. So
We should have been teachers.
I know, teachers. Yep, the schedules they have. By the way, TSP. Someone alerted to robotics automation that is rising too, up 10% today. I hope we have a whim on it. TSP, Luke, pull it up.
TSP.
We don't have a whim on it.
I don't know if Randy's here today.
Wait, we don't have a whim on TSP?
We don't have a whim on TSP.
I don't understand. Luke. Why?
I don't know.
All right, I'll do my thing. Stu is your friend. Seek to understand, okay? So why don't we have a whim on TSP?
All right, one that I want to talk about, Jason, is a company we talked to last week. We got an update from carparts.com, ticker PRTS. So check this out, guys. This is a stock that I'm in. I believe we're up decently on the position. Let's take a look in the live account. Oh, we're going the wrong way. Wrong way. Where's our PRTS? All right, yeah. So we're up 29% since we bought this stock live on the show. So it's definitely been a winner. I mean, we've been in it for less than a month, 30%. We had some red days last week. What happened is that there was a wave of insider selling. If you see where my mouse is, the crosshairs, you see the red days. What we did was we were always out there for Zinger Nation. We actually brought executives from the company on the show and said, give us an update. What's up?
Wow.
Why are insiders selling shares? He said, don't worry. We get paid so heavily in stock that we are incentivized with you guys. We're just getting a little bit of liquidity. And sure enough, he was spot on. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green days in a row since he was on the show. How do you like that?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's what I'm saying. People look at all these different things. If they just paid attention to the power hour, they're making a lot of money. I mean, you guys can look at all my picks and what I had and tell me the ones I've been down on or wrong on.
I was mixed on the stock. We brought him onto the show. Like we said, instead of us speculating, we decided let's go straight to the source. So if you guys have stocks, have companies you want us to get on here, we can make it happen.
I wrote a message to Aaron Bree on the YouTube chat, and he just doesn't. I don't know if he reads them. He just sits there and not reads them. I don't know. And we're gonna have to get someone. We need to hire someone to read them. Okay, I think we have a guest though, Lukey.
I think we do. We've got a big interview. The time is now, guys. Ticker PLBY, Playboy. Let's go ahead and bring our guest onto the stream. All right, Ben, welcome to the Power Hour. Happy to have you here. Love the art in the background. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Happy Wednesday. But before we dive into things.
Wait, Luke, why are we just putting first name? Why don't we get a full name, position?
Ben Kohn, CEO, Playboy.
I know, but on this thing, was that Aaron Bree that put the Ben? Just says Ben there.
Yeah, well, I'll take full responsibility for that. That was me.
Oh, it wasn't Aaron. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so you just saved producer AB his job, it sounds like. So we're off to a good start.
Well,
trying to help.
Well, to be honest, Luke, I thought maybe we'd be breaking some more news right now because his name is Ben. He could have been the Ben in Benzinga.
That is true.
That's where I was going with it, Luke.
Okay. All right.
So, all right. Well, very excited to have you on the show today.
Thanks for having me, Jason. Really appreciate it. And heard a little bit about the Israeli investors out there on the Discord channel. Probably most of them, I still pay attention to it and look at it every day, although I'm not commenting anymore for legal reasons. But shout out to everyone in Israel as well.
Yes. What time is it over there? Like they're a little bit ahead, right?
What, 18 hours, something like that?
18, I think 8 hours. 8 hours, I think.
Oh, from you guys, right?
Oh, yeah. I think. I don't know. Okay. I haven't been there in a while. It was before Corona, before COVID. So maybe a year and a half ago.
I was there December of 19, I think.
Okay.
Just in time.
Yep. Wait. So before we go into more of the interview, my first question is, were you at last 3 weeks ago in Miami at that crypto conference?
I was there. I was there before the crypto conference started, so I was down there the beginning part of the week. We had a team down there for the latter part of the week.
Yes, we saw them in the booth. We were there, and I've never seen anything more crowded. Look, speaking of that, when is our crypto conference? All right. So remember we left.
I'm just glad I didn't get COVID. I walked into that thing and I'm like, all right, I made it a year and a half. Today is the day that I'm getting COVID, and I made it out okay.
Yeah. So that was So you got out. You got Ben. You left at the right time. Just so we're clear.
I had my mask on the whole time. You know, coming out of California, we're just starting to open up here, and so I had my mask on.
Very good. All right, Luke, take it away.
All right, so Ben, I guess, but before we hop into it, can you just give us a little bit of a background on the business and specifically within the context of the shift out of media more to the consumer and lifestyle brand?
Yeah, look, I think that's really core to the DNA of this company. I mean, what other company's first consumer product were a pair of cufflinks and someone more on their wrist, you know, going back to the 50s and 60s with Playboy clubs, resorts, etc. This was always a lifestyle brand. And I think that's what we brought this company back to its core DNA. You know, there was always this argument, what's your hero product, right? And everyone would say domestically, it's the magazine. And I just fundamentally disagreed with that. To me, the hero product was always the rabbit head. And how you brought it to life has changed over decades and will probably change in decades to come. What's so powerful about this platform is those billions and billions of dollars of consumer spend against it, and that we sell product in over 180 countries. And so what we're focused on is, again, bringing this company back to enabling pleasure for everyone, and really focus on lifestyle. And that can come to life in consumer products. It can come to life in digital experiences. It can come to life in our gaming assets. And so for us, you know, that runway is endless over time. As a team, we have to stay very focused on what's ahead of us for the next 12 to 24 months. And that's what we're focused on right now, which is, you know, transforming our business model to a D2C model in the United States, and then looking at expanding that in other places in the world. But, you know, long term, can we get into hospitality? Can we get into other things? Sure. Those are all areas the company has been at or been in over the 68-year history.
And so with regard to monetization of the brand, is it mostly a licensing business, or are you guys actually creating products that you're selling directly to consumers or to retailers? How exactly does that work?
It's really a hybrid business model. And so when you look at the business 3 years ago, yes, it was largely a licensing business. Today, if you look at it, our D2C business between Playboy, Yandy, and now our Lovers franchise makes up the bulk of revenue. And so when we look at that moving forward, we will continue to see as a percentage our D2C or our owned and operated business grow as a percentage of the total. And it's true, and this is really the easy opportunity for us, or easier opportunity, is we don't have to create new consumer spend against the brand. We are creating new consumer spend, and the repositioning of the brand we have done has created that. So if you look at 3 years ago, probably 90% of our audience was male. In the first quarter of this year, 55% of our sales were to women. But there's already $3 billion to spend. And so what we're trying to do is capture a bigger percentage of that. You know, when you look at our PacSun and Misguided businesses that have grown over 15x over the last 3 years, you know, PacSun was up another 400+% in the first quarter of this year over year. Again, we're getting paid 5 cents on the dollar there. So the question is, how do we get paid 100 cents on the dollar? And that's what we're focused on first in the domestic market.
Okay, so the next question that I was going to ask was, why make the pivot from licensing the brand to doing that, building out that direct to consumer business? And it sounds like, you know, even though the margins on the licensing business are probably very high, the revenue opportunity and thus EBITDA and net income opportunity on going direct to consumer is significantly greater. Is that fair to say?
It is. I also think that, look, the way consumers buy has changed. And so the challenge with licensing is, if I gave you a license, Luke, and then I gave Jason the license, both of you have to acquire a customer and you have one product to sell them. If I become the hub, in which we have done recently, selling even our licensed product on our website, I can be much more efficient, and I can drive not only the average order size up, but I can drive the lifetime value of that customer up. And to me, the key thing here is having that relationship one-on-one with the customer, where we can continue to sell them more and more products, whether or not they're Playboy branded, but part of that Playboy lifestyle. And that's what we're focused on. And so, you know, we've talked about this after the fourth quarter. We've talked about it in the first quarter, you know, very focused on style and apparel this year and sexual wellness. We think there's a huge opportunity in lingerie and other sexual wellness that we're currently executing upon. And with that, we can sell cosmetics. We can sell a whole host of other products to the consumers based on the data we have.
Do you, with the offering you did, do you have plans for acquisition?
We do, and we've talked about that. We have a very robust pipeline of M&A opportunities. That's really my background, having spent 20 plus years in the private equity world. Our CFO, Lance Barden, came out of Match. He led the M&A efforts at Match for all their acquisitions.
Really?
So the money that we've raised, we don't, look, we're in a great position. We're a very profitable business. We have $180 million of NOLs. And so we don't need the money to run the company on a day-to-day basis. We're not dependent upon that. We'd like to stay cash flow positive from an operations perspective. The money we raise will largely be used to execute our M&A strategy moving forward. We're really 1 + 1 = 3. We can buy businesses or great brands out there that have businesses unto themselves, but they also potentially bring a strategic component to the table that would allow us to accelerate our growth plans even faster.
Given his experience with Match.com, could you ever see yourself get in the online dating space?
Look, I don't see that as a near-term possibility. But again, this brand has endless possibilities long-term. Right now, we're very focused on sexual wellness and style and apparel, and really on the D2C basis in the United States.
Got it. And what was, I know you said you had a lot of your background in PE, M&A experience. What is that background in there?
Sure. So I started off at a firm called Angelo Gordon in New York. I was there for a number of years. In 2003, I helped start a firm with two partners called Rizvi Travers. We had a great run at Rizvi. We did two things. We took large minority positions in pre-IPO companies. So when Twitter went public, we were the largest investor in Twitter. We owned about 20% of it. We were investors in Facebook, Square, Snapchat, SpaceX, Instacart, et cetera. And then we also did controlled buyouts. We owned ICM, which is one of the largest talent agencies, Summit Entertainment, which was a film studio behind Twilight.
Wait, ICM, that's a talent agency. It's an existing one right now, right? That's
correct. Yep. We were the first private equity firm to buy a talent agency. And everyone said to me, "You're crazy. Your assets walk out every night." And I said, "No." What people didn't realize were talent agencies were basically a derivative of studios. And so you could model out the catalog revenue of a talent agency. And that's what we did. And it was a great investment. We owned CSAC, which was a music licensing company that I sold to Blackstone, still sitting on the board of that. So, we had a robust portfolio. And Playboy was actually a company I took private in 2011, did not step into the CEO role until 2017, largely because as long as Hef was alive, and he was great when in his earlier years as a creative vision, but you couldn't transform the company until afterwards because there's a requirement to keep the magazine going as long as he was alive, even though it was irrelevant in the domestic market.
Now, you've had all these home runs with, Twitter, Square, what have you. ICM, my friend Griffin Johnson, I know uses ICM, but you took Playboy private. What made you want to get out there and be such a public role and be a CEO and build this again? Is it because you think there's so much potential there? I mean, you're a guy that didn't have to do this, is I guess what I'm saying.
No, look, what I wanted was the flexible capital structure. And so, Playboy was a business that had the consumer demand. The business is there, the consumer demand is there, but we had a capital structure that was broken. And we really needed fresh capital to transform the business model. I also wanted to have a flexible capital structure to execute on sort of what I would say is my core competency, which is M&A. That we've been able to accomplish that not only through the initial IPO or de-SPACing, but through the equity raise that we accomplished a few weeks ago. And so we have a war chest on our balance sheet of $250+ million today. We have the ability to borrow under our debt facilities. And so everything that we want to accomplish going public has happened. Look, as a team, we have to continue to execute. We know that. And then hopefully over time, investors reward you with the right valuation based on your execution.
Got it. Now is digital Playboy.com going to be a much bigger focus going forward? Where do you see that?
And I guess I'll add a second piece onto that question too, which is with that direct to consumer business, is it that consumers are purchasing products directly from you? I guess that's what the name implies, or is it through partnerships, retailers, affiliates, et cetera?
Yeah, so we relaunched our website, brought in Kevin Diamond, who has run, almost $1 billion e-com businesses before, Nordstrom, Forever 21, et cetera. They are buying product directly from us. So we've been able to successfully transition our audience from that of a media audience to that of a consumer product audience, conditioned to buying products from us. They are still buying products to our partners as well because we haven't made the full transition. We're doing this in a very systematic, profitable way as we transition. But long term, we will continue to expand the number of product categories that we have on our website, as well as the product offering on our website. From a digital perspective, there's a number of opportunities. There's social gaming, there's real money gaming. When we think about blockchain, NFT, Decentraland, being able to do virtual experiences, I could see a world in the future where we have a virtual Playboy mansion where you can host events at a virtual Playboy mansion online. You could couple that with a physical experience. And so, the example I've given publicly before is Halloween's always been a huge holiday for us, right? We sell a ton we actually sell a ton of costumes through our Yandy platform and at playboy.com last year. But imagine coming to a world where not only could you buy physical goods, you could buy digital goods. You could have a digital party online as well as a physical party in Las Vegas. A great example of that is what Travis Scott did on Fortnite about a year and a half ago. Yep. 27 million people tuned in, and that's the power of this changing business model. But I think what stands out long term, and I truly believe this, in this Amazon world that we live in, is brands. And brands are the true differentiators long-term in consumers' mind. Now, you have to have a brand that's relevant to consumers, that they believe in, that they share the same core values. And I believe that this brand and what it stood for over its 68 years, when you look at personal freedoms, civil rights, LGBTQ plus rights, et cetera, this is a brand that has been tested over time. And I believe the causes it has supported over time are as relevant today as they ever have been.
Okay, and going to your digital example, Damon wrote, if Playboy would offer NFT trading of prior Playmates in the past, it would blow tops out of the water. Have you guys looked at NFTs?
We have. So we did our first NFT launch a few weeks ago on Nifty Gateway. It was new art that was created. So it's not the 5,000 pieces or one of them that's sitting behind me, which is the Leroy Neiman. We have 5,000 pieces of art in our collection. We have 10 million pieces referring to those photographs.
Wow.
What I believe the NFT space is still really in its infancy, and it's going to go through ups and downs. The challenge right now in the NFT space is I don't think the user experience is very good. And so what we're looking at is testing a number of different things on different platforms. We have more coming this year. We're looking at gaming and a whole host of other things. And then the question is, how do you integrate that into your own platform from a customer's perspective so you can deliver a centralized customer experience? And those are things that we're working on long term. But look, we're not jumping into this. This is a business that drives $3 billion consumer spend. NFTs is a nice growth opportunity for us, and we believe in the space, or really the blockchain space, long term. But we need to see the right UI, UX develop. That could be that we either develop it ourselves through our platform, we license it, or white label someone else's product. But again, what we're focused on is delivering the right consumer experience to our customers.
Go ahead, Luke.
I was just saying, you touched on gaming a couple times, another really interesting, really rapidly evolving space. Can you talk about that a little further?
Look, we've been in the gaming space for 40 plus years. We have a casino in London in partnership with Caesars, which is a physical casino. We have partnerships with Scientific Games and microgaming on the real money gaming side. We're working on opportunities to continue to license rights that we have taken back over the years. And then there's the whole entire social gaming side that we're focused on. Yep. We're bringing that to life in a cohesive ecosystem.
Now, one thing. Do you guys still own the rights, or did it license out to another network? You guys used to do, you had a big movie video network, Playboy Video, that I know was its own channel. Maybe it still is, but then I think some of the maybe got syndicated. Do you guys still have the rights to all that video?
So we own the majority of that video. Playboy TV in the US, we still do own. That is not the future for us moving forward. We're continuing to move away from that part of the business. And most of the international versions of it, we have terminated at this point. Again, as a private company, a company that did not have a lot of cash, we were putting everything back into the business. We worked through liabilities as we were shutting things down versus terminating.
Maybe we could take over that channel with our Benzinga 12 hours a day of financial fun news instead of just boring.
Look, I'm a capitalist, and at the end of the day, I'll do whatever's in the best interest of shareholders. And if you guys have an interest in it, we're happy to have that conversation.
We have somewhat, but what I was getting at is HBO used to have the series Real Sex Story, like it was like it went from 0, and I think that went out of like I feel like through Netflix or whatever. I think there's like probably room for docu-series stuff that isn't there anymore. I don't know if that's Playboy's position, but you're saying you're getting out of that, so that's probably not.
Well, what I'd say is the adult side of things is not the future of the company. I think there's interesting other products that you can couple with that audience or with the talent in that space. As far as docu-series and as far as bringing to life historical pieces of content. We've just signed a deal to bring the Playboy interview into a podcast format. Again, that I would view that as brand extension.
Yep.
Or supporting some of the causes that we have supported historically. But again, I want to be very clear. We are not a media company. I believe that the business model of being a brand and a media company are diametrically opposed. By definition, on media, you're trying to sell advertising, and I don't know how to stay true to a brand if by definition you're selling advertising on a CPM basis.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, because you have to listen to the partners. You have to listen to them, and then you can't control your destiny, I guess. So you don't want to be in that business.
Well, yeah, I think you're, historically in the advertising business, you're selling it on page views or click-throughs or, total audience. And I think the challenge with that as a brand is that dilutes the brand versus staying, singularly focused on making sure that the brand has a clear mission in the consumer's mind.
Yep. I got it. Luke, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask one more question about the core business, so sort of some of the direct to consumer segments. China is a massive part of your business. Gen Z is becoming a big part of your business. Can you talk a little bit about why the Playboy brand has resonated so well with those segments?
Yeah, I think Playboy is somewhat counterculture. I think that Playboy, the causes that we have stood for, these personal freedoms, are as relevant to today's generation and Gen Z as any generation before that. And I think that, given our 68-year history, we have validity in talking about these issues and fighting for these issues. The brand's had a massive resurgence, since Rachel Weber and the new content team has come in. We're telling the story from a female point of view today. Over 50% of our employees internally are women, which is great, very different than when I took over as CEO. And I think that's resonated. I think it's the people that we're working with, and I think it's a it all builds upon itself. And so when you have like Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott coming to us a few years ago and wanting to work with us, and Bad Bunny, et cetera, Bretman Rock, 2 weeks ago for Pride doing the t-shirt that sold out in like literally, I think even before he posted.
Wow.
These
Who
are
posted?
Bretman Rock.
Okay.
And so when you think about that, I think it's a conscious decision to continue to refocus the brand on what we view as sort of the core DNA of it. Looking back at it. And I think that's resonated with audiences today on a global basis. It's why your PacSun and Misguided business, which is largely a Gen Z business in the United States, streetwear, that business has grown 15x over the last 3 years, right? It's up over 400% in the first quarter. And it's because the brand is relevant. And, I hear all the time about how many people on TikTok, et cetera, are wearing the brand. I think we're just getting started. Again, I keep saying we're always in the bottom half of the first inning, using a baseball analogy. And I think there's a lot of other things that we can do both organically and inorganically to accelerate our growth moving forward.
No, your brand is huge. I mean,
the transition of the business line is absolutely amazing. Yeah. I mean, an incredible transformation of the business model.
Yeah, I mean, people wear that rabbit and everyone knows what it is. Like, it's just like, and something that knowing that you're behind it is a big, strong thing, given what you've been successful with. And I don't know. I mean, I'm going to stay tuned because you guys, how to execute. You've been involved with these digital startups, and you can take the brand in many different ways. And I think the way you described is very enlightening. And I think a lot of this stuff, we didn't know the story. So I think we appreciate you coming on, Ben, and explaining the story, because there's a lot of brand extensions. I mean, everyone knows Playboy. Everyone knows Playboy. I mean, that's how valuable is that? There's very few brands that everyone knows.
Look, that's why, when we went public, we needed to raise the money, and we were happy to take a little bit of dilution to do it. But yeah, it's true. I mean, where else can you buy a brand that has our recognition, right? I can think of probably 2 other brands on a global basis, Nike and Coca-Cola, that are as well known as Playboy, right? And that have products that are accessible by what I would say is the masses, right? Even Apple, which is an unbelievable brand, their products are too expensive in large parts of the world. And so when you think about this brand and that recognition, that's priceless. You can't build that today. You can try to spend billions and billions and billions of dollars, and you cannot recreate what we have on a global basis. Now, as a team, part of going public was also helping to tell the story that this is a very different company than your father's Playboy. In China, we did $1 billion of e-com last year in China. I mean, that's huge.
Unreal.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's amazing.
So those are the opportunities.
It's amazing. I'm sitting here. I'm at Benzinga, but I'm like, I have like 5 different ideas spinning in my head. Okay, well, why don't they do this? Or why don't they do this voting thing of people and because the brand? But I get where you're going.
Like, I love the cannabis angle potentially too for when cannabis becomes legalized.
We had outlined that as part of one of our 10 priorities in the beginning of the year when we announced our 4th quarter last year. And unfortunately, Congress has not acted. I don't know if they will act on this. As a publicly traded company, this company helped start the Normal Foundation with a $5,000 donation. We've been an advocate for the legalization of marijuana, for as far back as I can remember. But we can't do it as a public company until it's federally legal, or we'll be delisted.
Ben, this is before your and Luke's time. Just joking, Ben. You're similar to my age, but the Super Bowl was here in Detroit. It was, I think, 2006.
Yeah. Okay,
because I started a ticket business then, seatwar.com, to compete with StubHub. But side point, there was a Playboy party, there was a Hawaiian Tropic party, there's different parties to get into, and then there's like they rented out clubs in downtown Detroit. It was actually the beginning of the downtown renaissance here in downtown Detroit. But the Playboy party was a hot party to get into. Do you guys think about doing more physical events or things like using that brand? I know you guys had a deal with a casino in Vegas at one point too. Do you guys think about doing that? Because I remember that everyone wanted to go to the Playboy party.
Yeah, getting people to the Playboy party has never been an issue.
Right.
And so obviously, the last 18 months have been very difficult. But we're actually hosting our first physical party in July with the guys at Tao Group at Marquee. So we're bringing back Midsummer Night's Dream as a live experience. If you want to fly there, Jason, let me know. I'll make sure you have a table or a ticket.
What's the date?
I think it's July 31st, but don't hold me to that.
All right. That'll be maybe Luke's birthday gift.
Okay.
There we go.
But we have other things planned for the balance of the year. We have announced that we are going to be participating in Miami for Art Basel this year. So the beginning of December, part of our NFT strategy.
Do you know Dave Grutman yet?
I don't. No.
Okay, he's the mayor of Miami. He owns like the hot restaurants. I should maybe connect you guys. He's a good guy for you to know.
We're going to be doing we're going to be doing it at Casa Tua, which is a great place down in Miami.
The best.
And we have some other things planned down there as well. Potentially a pop-up Playboy store, etc. And so we have a whole host of events that over the next 12 to 18 months we'll be rolling out. I believe this brand is best when people can actually physically experience it as well. It's just the last 18 months have obviously thrown a wrench in that. But given what other people have suffered, it's nothing for us. So
yeah, no, understood. And there's tons of potential there. And I mean, that's why the power of a brand. People, when you're just listening to this, you don't realize the power of a brand. Because literally, let's just say, for example, let's say you own a restaurant in Miami that can fit 1,000 people, okay? And the restaurant's not doing that well. And they're like, okay, we're going to have a party one night. We're going to make it whatever. And they're going to have a DJ. The DJ's not famous, whatever. No one's going to show up. All of a sudden, if they attach the word Playboy to it, that Playboy party, it's going to be packed. It's going to be packed. And the power of that brand where you built for years, you built that brand. And so now it's worth something. It's very rare to be able to do that. It's very, very rare. It's like the analogy I'd put to it. I'm playing in this Rocket Mortgage Golf Pro-Am on Wednesday next week, and Phil Mickelson's coming. Phil Mickelson brings a huge audience because he's Phil Mickelson. Yeah. You guys bring a huge audience because you're Playboy, and there's a lot of value in that. Yeah,
well, look, we did that in Vegas historically. So, in partnership with the Tao guys that we've known for a very long time, pre-COVID, we had pool parties at Tao Las Vegas. And what we saw, and don't hold me exactly to these numbers because it was a few years ago and I don't remember, but when we attached the Playboy brand to their Friday pool party, I think they were up like 30% year over year with it, right? And to me, that's why I left private equity to do this, this was the single biggest opportunity I had seen in my career, even with all the success we had. And it's because of the power of the brand. You can't recreate this brand, right? And to me, you know, when you think about what differentiates, how is Nike able to make the transition they made? And, you know, we all could emulate to be them, but they made this transition to leave Amazon, right, and go D2C. They can do that because of the power of that brand they have.
So you don't want to get in the space to compete with OnlyFans or any of that kind of stuff?
Look, we have the ability to convert our audience and the talent we work with into that space. It's something that we're evaluating, and I've said that publicly before.
Okay.
I think we want to make sure we do it in the most thoughtful of ways that continue to, you know, stay core to our mission, which is enabling pleasure for all. And so what's unique about that is you're putting the monetization tools not in our hands, but in the hands of the creators. And I think that today is more relevant than us trying to monetize it ourselves. And so it's something that we're evaluating. I think it's a big opportunity. It's something that we know the brand works in that space. It's just doing it in a thoughtful way. All
right. We love it. We love it. Looking forward to the parties. Luke, maybe we'll have some stuff to celebrate at the end of July. Who knows? But anyway, thank you for coming on, Ben Cohen. The Ben in Benzinga, who knows? It could be that person. Maybe we'll see you. If we don't see you in Vegas, we'll see you next time in Jerusalem. Okay?
That's great. Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Ben.
All right. Thanks, Ben. Luke, very interesting company.
Amazing.
A lot of stuff going on there that I didn't realize.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely incredible. I mean, I was looking at some of the numbers, like almost 50% of their sales over the past year have been to Gen Z in China, right? Two segments that I absolutely wouldn't have associated with Playboy. I mean, totally amazing turnaround story. Interesting way to pivot from, again, be a lifestyle, from media to lifestyle brand.
Yep. Because I was going to go with why don't you do like the voting, like how Maxim does, Prettiest Girl, that kind of thing. But and
they also show they're not afraid to try new things, right? NFTs, cannabis, doing more in gaming. I mean, it's pretty cool.
And he's the real deal. Like I wanted to almost get his number for advice on some stuff. And I mean, I didn't mean just our table at the Tao. I mean, but
we can do that too.
Yeah, he would hook it up big time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know what we'd do? We would take the two best people in Zinger Nation who help us out the most. Okay, here's the deal.
Spencer Israel and producer AB.
Here's the deal. If we do this Tao thing that their summer midnights that Playboy's bringing back to Vegas, and we're there for the kickoff, we'll take the two most supporters of Zinger Nation with us. I'm not referring to internal people. I'm referring to Zinger Nation.
There we go.
That's
way more fun.
Okay, we'll get a table. We'll do Zinger Nation. We'll be there. I may be sleeping by 11 o'clock, and you guys may be out there partying, but just show me the video.
You've never stayed out past midnight.
Yeah, I don't.
Especially not within the past month.
I don't really stay out late. Oh, well, no, that's not true. You're joking. Did I ever tell people my night with Jack Dorsey to 6 a.m.?
I don't think so.
I had a
night.
night.
Right, Jason, I got to go talk to the accountants again, so I'm going to leave it in your hands, all right?
All right, it's just me, the Razman, Jason Raznick, here from the radio station of Benzinga 95.5. We're here to talk to you about stocks that are moving. So I told you about some of my stocks that I have, and I told you about some of them are trending up. Playboy moved up a little bit during the interview, but here we go. This is my radio voice. Let me just see what's moving. BTN moved, Tast, Generac, which I'll never sell, Ford, Upwork, Bill, GBTC, STKS, Cureleaf. Oh, yeah, baby. 6 and 60, 6 and 60, Six Flags. So I know we had the technical show after with Neil Hamilton. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for all of you guys. If you're new to our channel, Tilray, love that. I am an auctioneer. Yes, I am. It's a party. If you're here, we want to make money for everyone here. So Leslie Pool Supplies, I'm still into that one. I'm still in Peloton. I'm not selling that either. So That's what we got going. This is an exciting day here for Benzinga. If you're part of Zinger Nation, please send an email to your brokerage or a brokerage saying that you want Benzinga news added to their platform. And then send a screenshot to powerhour@benzinga.com, and we'll send you swag for you and your loved one. You just tell us the size and your address. We need a screenshot. We love you guys. There's a big moving beam. Hold on. My brother is calling. Let's put him on speaker. Brian, you're on speaker on Zinger Nation. We're live. I know you don't want to be live on speaker. You don't like speaker, but I had to answer because I didn't want to send you to voicemail. Anything important you want to tell Zinger Nation?
Buy stocks.
Buy stocks, he says. Okay, buy stocks. I think you're an owner of BTN, so all right, I'll call you after. We just interviewed the CEO of Playboy. New business. They do billions in sales. It's crazy. It's crazy business. All right. I'll talk to you later. Okay, so that was Brian calling in. We like to answer anything. Okay, so Beam, B-E-A-M, symbols, B-E-E-M, Beam, B-E-E-M, okay? It's solar. It's moving, 10%. I don't have, let me see what I'm seeing on that. I see some news, June 22nd. Okay, Russell Index. That's why. Now I'm going to pull up RKT in the Benzinga Pro system because Aaron Bree, I think, went for a walk or something. You guys, Aaron Bree, he goes for walks. He does. Vuzi's recovering. Oh, RKT is up 5%. We're at 2070. Okay, 2007. Okay. What do you want me to say on that? We got earnings coming up. We got the Rocket Mortgage Classic next week. We got the most golfers ever. Phil Mickelson. Bryson, you name it. I'll be there. I'll be on site. I doubt Jason is being real about taking people to a Playboy event, but if they do, that should be you. You're here every day for these guys. Yeah, Gucci, I agree. And I am being real, man. I am being real. Danny Jack Johnson, you wanted to know how to do the Google super chat. They taught you. You didn't do it, man. You didn't do it. But if Aaron owes you swag, then please email powerhour@benzinga.com. We always send the swag when you send the broker screenshot. Fubo TV up 5%. Maybe you're going to see Benzinga on Fubo TV very soon. UMWC is up 4%. Let's pull up Fubo. Aaron Bree, where are you? Where is he? I don't know. You guys, if you're not a Benzinga Pro user, can you sign up today? If I can refer 5 people over, they'll give me food today. Okay. Fubo TV up 4.79%. Yep. Okay, where are our people? Where is Aaron Bree?
Hey, Jason. Aaron Bree. Oh, he just joined again, but he was in Get Technical, and
all right, I also had to jump to a meeting. But we do have to. Yes, if you do the swag, do this in Manila. Jager, send an email to your brokerages in Manila. Send it to 3, and we'll send you swag. All right. Raz Benzinga on Fubo. Yep. Let's go. Let's rock it. Go check out Neil. We love you. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. And please be nice to Rohan. He had a tough morning today. He got a flat tire and his transmission dropped, and I had to fix it all, and I did. Oh, Danny John Jackson. He did a super chat. He was messing with everyone, annoying everyone today, and he got a lot of shit. But now he did a super chat, so he wins. All right. Peace. Take the show over. I got to go get some Wingstop. Peace out.